Hi guys, it's Caitlin, and this week on Semi-Serious I want to talk about 13 Reasons Why. So, 13 Reasons Why is a 2007 young adult novel by American author Jay Asher, and earlier this year in 2017 it was turned into a series by Netflix. And it largely met with critical acclaim, but there was some controversy over the graphic depictions in the series about sexual assault, violence, and teen suicide. So for this vlog, I basically just want to talk about some of my thoughts, my biggest criticisms, and then 13 things to do instead, because it's always a choice. So, my first thought is that I got totally sucked into this series because it is a compelling story, and I felt like the characters, especially the two main characters, Hannah and Clay, have a lot of depth, and they were, for me anyway, really believable. Some critics have said that the characters are not believable because they deal with situations that they find themselves in inconsistently, to which I say, what do you think puberty is? Like, that's how puberty goes. That's how adolescence is. I mean, emotional instability is like a hallmark of adolescence and puberty, like to the extent that it's become something of a trope. Based on my memory of my own adolescence, it seemed like a pretty honest portrayal of the uncertainty, the shifting loyalties, and the incongruent importance that we all experienced during high school. Okay, so I have conflicting opinions on the depiction of graphic violence, sexual assault, and suicide in the series because, on the one hand, they hit really close to home for me and they felt really familiar. I struggled with suicidal thoughts as a teen, and honestly, one of my initial reactions was that I was thankful that it didn't come out when I was dealing with these feelings because it felt too real. Hashtag too real. When you're mired in depression, it isn't always helpful for those feelings to be reflected back into your life in such sharp relief as they are in the show. 13 Reasons does a really good job of portraying these feelings with a lot of honesty, but sometimes that can be detrimental to people who are actually experiencing those feelings in the moment, because there's not a lot of hope, I guess, in the series. And even though there is like a little beacon of hope at the end, it could have been brightened a little bit. On the other hand, pretending like adolescents can't handle the reality of the pain, the struggle of suicide, sexual assault, bullying, violence, and feelings of isolation, it doesn't help anyone to pretend like that because they're already dealing with these things on a fairly regular basis. I'm a firm believer in the radical idea that we should take teens seriously and not coddle them and not pretend like we need to protect them from all of the dark, depressing, uncomfortable realities of the world outside. Like, they know. They know. Okay, time for some criticisms. I don't think that I can stress this enough. If someone you know decides to kill themselves, no matter what they said or what you said, it is not your fault. Even if you were the shittiest version of yourself, and even if you regret all the things that you said or did, it's still not your fault. They still made that decision. Going through your life trying to bear the weight of someone else's incredibly destructive decision without there being any possible way for you to change the outcome of the situation is going to break you. So yeah, I was disappointed with the way that the show seemed hell-bent on placing the blame of this decision squarely on the shoulders of her peers. And I know that that's the basic premise of the book as well, and I don't agree with it. I think that that's incredibly damaging and just not true. Yes, they made bad decisions. Yes, they made a lot of mistakes. True, they're very flawed people. But you know who else was flawed? Hannah fucking Baker, the girl who killed herself. We are all flawed, and we can't take responsibility for other people's decisions. Should we and should the characters take responsibility for our own actions? Should they take responsibility for their own actions? Yes, obviously. But to suggest that they killed Hannah Baker, so damaging. I can't, just stop. Just stop it. Also, can we talk about Clay going all Oliver Queen on his classmates? Like, okay, I get it. Hurt people hurt people. But that's not an excuse to go and like serve your righteous, angry justice on the wicked classmates of the world. That's not what you're doing. You're just creating more pain. And to spread your pain around, hoping that in some way it's gonna lessen your feelings of responsibility, your guilt, your anger, is completely inaccurate, and it's not gonna work. It's just gonna make you feel worse. I'm not saying that you have to forgive everyone that ever hurt you, but to go around trying to get revenge on them is not a sustainable way to make yourself feel better, and it's not gonna work. It just won't. It's not your job to be the arbiter of justice. It's not your job to be the hand of God, unless it is your job, in which case, can we talk? I got some shit for you to figure out. Okay, so one of the things that Louis C.K. said in his latest stand-up that's on Netflix, it's called 2017, was that every single person alive on Earth today is a person who chose not to commit suicide, or some variation of those words. And even though I don't agree with the cavalier way in which he discusses suicide, probably because I don't have a sense of humor, I do think that there's something really hopeful in realizing that, yeah, every person who's alive today made that choice. They chose to be alive. They chose to continue living regardless of whatever shit they're dealing with. And that's something worth celebrating. We make millions of choices every single day, and the choice to live is definitely one of those choices. So here are 13 other choices that you can make that can maybe, hopefully, make choosing to live a little bit easier. Sometimes you need it to be easier, let's be real. Number 1, that's 11. Number 1, take deep breaths. Whoa, slow down there, hotshot. Breathing can keep you alive? Yes, it can. Breathing deeply especially helps reduce stress, anxiety. Breathing more oxygen into your heart and your brain can help you calm down, make decisions more effectively, think clearer. It's just good for you. Number 2, pet a dog. Honestly, this one is just great. Dogs are pure little nuggets of heaven, and even though we don't deserve them, they will always love us, even if we don't love ourselves. There's probably some science to it, but like honestly, just pet a dog. 10 out of 10 would pet another dog. Number 3, find a green space and stand in it, and like breathe too. This is one that my mom tells me all the time, and it has steps. So first, go outside. Second, find like some grass. Take your shoes off, stand in the grass, face the sun, breathe for 2 minutes. It's like tea for a cold. There might not be any medical effects to make it feel like, to make you feel better, but you feel better. Number 4, accept affirmation and compliments from your friends. Just get in the habit of saying thank you when someone compliments you or affirms you, instead of being like, no, oh my god, no, shut up, not really, yeah, right. It's harder than it sounds, but it's really important. Number 5, go for a walk or a run. You have to remember the lesson that we all learned from Legally Blonde. Exercise gives you endorphins. Endorphins make you happy. Happy people don't kill their husbands. They just don't. Number 6, give yourself a gift every day. And it doesn't have to be like you buy yourself a gift. It could be something like, my gift today is gonna be I take a long bath. My gift is gonna be 5 extra minutes in bed, or 5 extra minutes in the bathroom at work before I have to go back and start dealing with people again. My gift to myself today is I have a piece of chocolate. I have an extra serving of whatever, coffee, wine. I don't know. It's your gift. A gift is a gift. Enjoy it. Number 7, forgive yourself your inconsistencies. You're going to make mistakes. Just try not to punish yourself for them. Number 8, feed yourself. Make sure that you're getting enough food. Make sure that you're getting enough water. Sometimes that's the most that we can do, and that's okay. Why is 9 so hard to do? Like, number 9, if you have medication, you should take it. If you don't want to take that medication anymore, then you should definitely talk to your doctor or your therapist, because they want to help you. You are not burdening them. You are not inconveniencing them. They want to help you, so you should talk to them about it. Number 10, help someone else. I can't even explain how good this is. I might not be able to deal with the shit that's happening in my own life, but if I can help someone else figure their shit out, or even come even marginally closer to figuring their shit out, it helps me so much. So good. And also, like, going off of that, that's even more reason for you to talk to your friends or whatever about the shit that's going on in your life. You have no idea how much helping you might really be helping them. Think about it. Number 11, smile at someone. This sounds like the cheesiest, corniest, dorkiest fucking thing on the planet, but seriously, smile at someone. You don't have to talk to them. You don't have to be their friend. You don't even have to like really mean it. Chances are you are already pretty good at putting on a show for other people. If you smile at someone, you connect with someone without having to talk to them, without having to open up to them, without inviting them into your life, without inviting their life into your shit, whatever. You just smile at them, they smile back, boom, human connection makes you feel better. Number 12. That just seems so stupid. Make a thing. And it doesn't have to be a good thing, it doesn't have to turn out really well, but it does help if it's something that you're actually already good at. Trust me, it brings the frustration levels way down and then it actually feels better, feels like it's helping you. Creating something, even something as simple as making yourself some food or like tea or a cup of coffee or something, is so good for the soul. You can draw a picture, that's great. You write something, sing a song, doesn't even have to be an original song. Just sing like a Disney song or something. It's so helpful. Trust me. Last but certainly not least, probably most important, is be honest with yourself about what you're feeling and what you need. Name the thing. If you can talk to other people about it, then that's great, but if you can't, it's still important for you to be honest with yourself. Write it down, say it out loud to yourself when you're alone, but be honest. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up, give me a comment, leave a comment, subscribe, whatever, and just remember you aren't alone. So even if I don't know you, I believe in you, and I hope you believe in you too. See you guys next time.